Macmillan Audio presents An Irish Country Village by Patrick Taylor, read for you by John Keating. Chapter 1. This bodes some strange eruption to our state. Barry Laverty, Dr. Barry Laverty, heard the clattering of a frying pan on a stove and smelled bacon frying. Mrs. Kinky Kinkaid, Dr. O'Reilly's housekeeper, had breakfast on, and Barry realised he was ravenous. Feet thumped down the stairs, and a deep voice said, "Morning, Kinky." "Morning yourself, Doctor dear." "Young Laverty up yet?" Despite the fact that half the village of Ballybucklebo, County Down, Northern Ireland, had been partying in his back garden for much of the night, Dr. Fingal Flaherty O'Reilly, Laverty's senior colleague, was up and doing. "I heard him moving about, so." Barry's head was a little woozy, but he smiled as he left his small attic bedroom. He found the Cork woman's habit of tacking "so" to the ends of most of her sentences endearing, and less grating than the "so it is" or "so I will," added for emphasis by the folks from his native province of Ulster. In the bathroom, he washed the sleep from his blue eyes, which in the shaving mirror blinked at him from an oval face under fair hair, a cowlick sticking up from the crown. He finished dressing and went downstairs to the dining room, passing as he did the ground-floor parlour that Dr. O'Reilly used as his surgery, which Barry knew an American doctor would have called his office. He hoped to be spending a lot of time here in the future. He paused to glimpse inside the by now familiar room. "Don't stand there with both legs the same length," O'Reilly growled from the dining room opposite. "Come on in, and let Kinky feed us." "Coming." Barry went into the dining room, blinking at the August sunlight streaming in through the bay windows. "Morning, Barry." O'Reilly, wearing a collarless striped shirt and red braces to hold up his tweed trousers, sat at the head of a large mahogany table, a teacup held in one big hand. "Morning, Fingal." Barry sat and poured himself a cup. "Grand day." "I could agree," said O'Reilly, "if I didn't have a bit of a strong weakness." He yawned and massaged one temple, his bushy eyebrows moving closer as he spoke. Barry could see tiny veins in the whites of O'Reilly's brown eyes. The big man's craggy face, with its cauliflower ears and listing to port nose, broke into a grin. "When I was in the Navy, it's what we used to call a self-inflicted injury. It was quite the ta-ta-ta-ra yesterday." Barry laughed, and wondered how many pints of Guinness his mentor had sunk the previous night. Ordinarily, drink would have as much effect on O'Reilly as a teaspoon of water on a forest fire. Barry still wasn't sure if the man's magnanimous offer, made in the middle of what had seemed to be the hoolie to end all hoolies, had been the Guinness talking, or whether O'Reilly was serious. When he'd first woken, he'd thought he might have dreamed the whole thing, but now he clearly remembered that he'd vowed before laying his head on the pillow to muster the courage this morning to ask O'Reilly if he had meant it. He knew he could let the hair sit, wait for O'Reilly to repeat the offer under more professional circumstances, but damn it all, this was important. Barry glanced down at the table, then back straight into O'Reilly's eyes. "Fingal," he said, putting down his cup. "What?" "You were serious, weren't you, about offering me a full-time assistantship for 1 year and then a partnership in your practice?" O'Reilly's cup stopped halfway to his lips. His hairline moved lower and rumpled the skin of his forehead. Pallor appeared at the tip of his bent nose. Barry involuntarily turned one shoulder towards the big man, as a pistol duellist of old might have done in order to present his enemy with a smaller target. The pale nose was a sure sign that fires smouldering beneath O'Reilly's crust were about to break through the surface. "Was I what?" O'Reilly slammed his cup into his saucer. "Was I what?" Barry swallowed. "I only meant—" "Holy thunder and mother of Jesus Christ Almighty, I know what you meant. Why the hell would you think I wasn't serious?"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?